The Portal King continues his reign, and UFC 324 is here. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 90 of the Big Easy Blitz podcast. We're happy to be back. We took a bit of a hiatus there. School's starting up again. We're pretty busy. We both have our respective jobs now. Shout out to KLSU and Tiger TV. Go check them out. Great stuff over there for both of them.
Phenomenal stuff.
So let's just jump right into it. First off, this podcast brought to you by Mercado.
3750 Williams Boulevard, 70065. Get over there before it ices. The road's ice. You got to eat something. Power might go out. Lines freeze. Go get you some Mercado.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. By the way, everybody stay safe with this inclement weather that's coming in. It's already storming in Baton Rouge.
It's pouring here, and it's going to freeze later tonight. So
freezing, storming. Can't really do much out today. Classes have been canceled Monday. So just everybody stay safe. Stay inside. If it snows, that'd be awesome. That's 2 years in a row New Orleans or Louisiana gets snow. But if not, just don't do anything stupid. But let's just jump right into it. Lane Kiffin strikes again last night, I should say Friday night, January 23rd. I was able to land the number one offensive lineman in the portal, Jordan Seaton from Colorado, when it looked like he was gone. Very similar to Sam Levitt's thing. He left to go visit Miami, or Levitt left to go visit Miami, and Kiffin went to the airport in Tennessee. He was going to Tennessee. He was in Tennessee. He was going to Miami. Kiffin went to Knoxville and was able to keep him in Baton Rouge, and did the same thing with Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton went to Atlanta to meet with Oregon. Don't really know how those two add up. But Lane Kiffin went to Atlanta and was able to get Jordan Seaton to land with LSU. This just insane.
Absolutely insane.
I don't know what he does or how he does it. I wish I could kind of like just be a recruit for a day and just see what he says, because yes, obviously NIL has a factor with it, but plenty of other schools have NIL money, so I don't know. It's crazy. LSU, out of the top five players in the portal, LSU landed three of them, and that is Sam Levitt, who was number one, Jordan Seaton, who was number four, and then, if I botch his name, please bear with me, Princewell Umanmielen from Ole Miss.
What a name! I can't wait to be saying that.
Yeah. He was, I think he had 9 sacks last year for Ole Miss.
Yes, he was. I think, was he an All-Pro? Or not All-Pro? All-American. Sorry.
Probably. I don't know. I personally don't know.
All-Americans might as well be called All-Pros by this point.
Yeah.
They're basically professional athletes.
Well said. Very well said.
But I'm going to go on air and say this right now. The standard for LSU year one under Kiffin absolutely must be to win the national championship. The amount of money and resources they have put into this team, we're going to get into this later.
No doubt.
We have no idea how they have these resources, by the way. LSU has signed, wasn't it 40 people in the transfer portal?
Yeah.
40 people in the transfer. I don't know. That should be a record.
Yeah, I would assume they're done, too. I don't personally know.
I would assume they're done. But, yes, the record or the schedule is difficult for LSU next year in the SEC. I don't care. The amount of resources you put into this team, the amount of talent you have on this team, 100% should be, you should be expecting to win the national championship and to at least compete. 100%. I don't care if it's year one under a new coach. You have everything. Everything is in front of you.
100%. Well, very well said. And I'm usually I have one more stat about the transfer portal. There were 7 5-stars in the transfer portal. I wish you got 3 of them. Just insane what Lane Kiffin's been able to do.
The portal king.
He's the portal king for a reason.
Best resources in the nation.
Just different. As you see, Lane Kiffin keeps posting about it, how it's just different down here, and he's definitely walked the walk.
Certainly.
Now, the team, I'm usually the homer here, and you're usually the realist. This team was very good on paper last year. It's very good on paper this year. So we'll have to see.
Last year's roster wasn't $50+ million.
This is true.
This year's roster.
I'm saying but I'm saying they were good on paper. They had to go out and execute, which they didn't.
Yes.
So we need to see that. But it's lining up perfectly. With the hardest schedule in the league next year, though, which we'll get into throughout the summer and all that. It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm actually speechless. I genuinely did. I thought there was no shot Seaton was coming anymore.
All the big dogs you wanted, you got. Literally.
Yeah.
Seaton, Levitt, Wilson, Brown,
yeah.
You brought Kane Durham back. Harlan Berry stayed.
I mean, I guess the only two you missed on were Chambliss and Lacey, which
Chambliss you couldn't have hit on.
yeah, nobody's even talking about it anymore.
Kawan Lacey, like at running back, let's be honest here, we're good. Like we have Harlem Berry,
Yeah,
who is a 5-star himself.
Let's not throw shade. I mean, Kawan Lacey had 25 touchdowns on the year.
No, I understand
very good
that,
running back, but I know what you mean.
Harlem Berry should be there.
Like, we were able to save money there and go get
save money.
Well, I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Almost paid him $2 million for a running back.
Also, go ahead, but we'll get into this later. I want to get into the Dabo Swinney Ole Miss saga.
Yeah. I had. Oh, okay. So there was one more thing I wanted to pull up. I had it pulled up and I can't find it now. But it was what Lane Kiffin has accomplished since he's came here, and it was like here we go. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Off the top of my head, I remember it was number one quarterback, number one edge in the portal, number one O lineman in the portal. He had the number. It was. Hold on. Bear with me here. Good Lord, where is this post? Here it is. Okay. Number one player in the nation, Lamar Brown. Number one D tackle, Richard Anderson. Number one D tackle in Georgia, Deuce Gerald. Number one edge in Florida, Trenton Henderson. Number one O lineman in Louisiana, Bryson Martinez. Number one corner in 2027 in Haven Finney. Number one quarterback in the portal, Sam Levitt. Number one edge in the portal, Prince Umanmielen. Number one O lineman in the portal, Jordan Seaton. It's a lot of number ones. Now let's hopefully they end number one in the year to put icing on the cake. And we're talking a lot about this in the offseason in January. I'm already fired up to see this team play in August.
You should be. I mean, with all the news that has been breaking, you 100% have the right to be talking about this in mid-January. I mean, what Lane Kiffin has been able to do in 2 months as LSU's head coach.
Yeah.
In 2 months as LSU's head coach is unbelievable. And the standard should be to win the national championship.
Absolutely.
Every year at LSU it should be. But this year it especially with all the resources you brought in Lane Kiffin. I mean, think about it, you're paying this roster is $50 million. You're paying Lane Kiffin. You're still paying Brian Kelly. I don't know if you're paying O anymore.
No, that ended in December.
I mean, you're still paying two coaches tens of millions of dollars, and you have a $50 million roster.
Yeah.
So 100% the standard should be, or the expectation, should be to win the national championship.
No doubt.
I am very confident in saying that.
Yeah, and how much of a luxury it is for LSU fans to have the portal king in baseball and football.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane. And I want to talk about baseball because there's a new development that came out about college baseball that if y'all think LSU baseball is good now, if this comes out, it's watch out.
This is news to me.
Yeah, I just saw yesterday. We'll talk about it now. So apparently there's a new CBA agreement around the MLB that's might force high school players to play college. And if you let Jay Johnson get all these guys that he recruits, look out. Because if this would just think Connor Griffin would be playing at LSU right now. If this would,
I shared a field with Connor Griffin. I played on the same field as Connor Griffin once upon a time. I was actually standing right next to him. I was playing third base. He was standing on third base after hitting a triple in the right center field gap. I blinked and he was there. I was like, looking up at him.
Yeah.
Now he's the number one prospect in all of baseball.
And just think he could have been on LSU's campus. I don't know if this is going to go through or not, but there is talks about that.
It'd be raps. It would actually be raps.
Look, hey, I'm not going to be – what's the word?
Be a homer. Be a homer. Go, be a homer, Brad.
I mean, you don't have to tell me to be a homer. I picked LSU to win the national championship in football. It's kind of but yeah, no. If that comes to fruition, watch out the rest of the college baseball world. And good Lord, LSU football and baseball could legitimately have LSU baseball. I think already has a dynasty brewing.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna call LSU football a dynasty or like in brewing anytime soon because it's so much harder to be a dynasty in football. I feel like even though baseball is like technically you would think is much harder because it's baseball and anybody can win on any given day, but I still feel like nowadays it's like college football is much harder to.
We're talking about LSU
sustain success.
We're talking about LSU baseball and football. What about LSU hoops, man?
Hey, look, game Saturday today.
Game Saturday, 4:00 today.
Arkansas.
The 24th of January, 4:00. Game got moved up because of inclement weather.
That was good. That was good. Good. 24th of January. We're learning.
We're learning. Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah. If you want to have it on the background, go ahead. Don't.
LSU always wins a game they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So
It's so weird. It's like they're talent. They're so talented. You can see
they're so
it's
talented.
just, they can't put it together right now, and that's what I'm saying. Like Matt McMahon. What sucks is I do think Matt McMahon's going to get fired this year because I don't think they make the tournament, and that just means a whole new roster's coming next year.
Yeah,
All these
you're
guys
gonna
are going to
rebuild.
transfer,
Yeah.
and it's frustrating. But we'll see.
Enough there. All right, last thing I want to get into is I love LSU basketball. No
Yeah,
shade at them.
so do I. I
But
love all LSU sports. Shout out gymnastics who just beat
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there with Mary Catherine. Shout out. Last thing I want to get into before we cut it here. Dabo Swinney just had one of the most electric, in my opinion, press conferences I have seen in a while. So he called out. He wasn't backing down or anything. He used their names. He was name dropping Pete Golding. He was name dropping everybody. This player's agent, I think the player's name eludes me. I don't remember.
Farrelly, I think his last name.
What was his first name?
I don't know. Luke? Is it
Luke.
Farrelly?
Luke. It was Luke. His first name was Luke. And Dabo Swinney was name dropping Pete Golding, Ole Miss's AD, Ole Miss's player, personnel person, Luke, whatever.
Farrelly.
Luke Farrelly's agent. He was name dropping everybody. I loved it because you never see things like that. Normally it's like super professional. You don't want to look too, hard, lean too hard one way or another. But Dabo was pissed.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
Rightfully so.
Ole Miss was tampering with this guy after he already committed to Clemson. And, Dabo Swinney said that, Pete Golding was basically lying about a whole bunch of things. And that Dabo was like, look, I know you're not supposed to be doing this. And you're not supposed to be doing this, tampering with this player after he signed, trying to convince him to enter the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. And Pete Golding, he still was contacting Luke Farrelly.
Yeah.
He was still contacting him even after Dabo said, look, if you contact him anymore, I'm going to turn you in, dude. And he did. And Pete Golding kept contacting him. I don't even know what the kid's status is right now. If I was Dabo Swinney, I wouldn't even want him at Clemson.
Oh, 100%.
The offer was Ole Miss offered him 1 year, $1 million, and then they bumped it up to try to get him there to go to Ole Miss to $2 million for 2 years, which is crazy. It's like free agency, but
yeah, it was great. Farrelly, he was in class at Clemson, and I think Dabo said that he basically texted him, or Pete Golding texted him, essentially, what's your buyout?
Yeah,
to get him to leave Clemson to go to Ole Miss. And I mean, when you're desperate like that, and Lane Kiffin comes and steals your two best defensive players, I mean, I guess you got to go tamper with everybody else. And it's just so funny how the Ole Miss people were accusing Lane Kiffin of tampering, when I mean this is about as blatant tampering as you could possibly get.
Oh yeah.
I think the only worst example of tampering is the Darian Mensah situation with Miami. That if that is not tampering, I genuinely don't like. If the college football people, like the higher ups, can't see that as tampering, I don't know what.
I don't know what the definition of tampering is.
They literally, Darian Mensah had a contract signed. He was coming back to Duke, and all of a sudden, right before the portal closes, he enters the portal and immediately is linked to Miami.
Suspicious.
And Miami's was the only major college football team without a quarterback for next year. Let's use our brains there. So just, I mean, it's a new world, college football. Everybody's tampering. Let's just be honest. Was LSU tampering with players? Probably.
Is every other school
tampering? Yes, 100%. I mean, LSU just wasn't stupid enough to get caught, I guess.
Exactly.
It's just kind of funny how Ole Miss was quick to point the finger at Lane Kiffin about tampering.
That's just blatant. How it was like two head coaches were like in direct contact with each other, and Pete Golding still just completely ignored what Dabo Swinney said.
Yeah, and it's like you hear coaches all the time talk about, like, smaller school coaches talk about like these bigger coaches are poaching their roster and tampering, but nobody ever uses names. Dabo Swinney was quick to use a name. Like he's because he doesn't like the transfer portal. Like that's been reported. He's not a fan of the transfer portal, and the one time he goes out and gets a guy and he gets tampered, and taken away from him. So why would he continue to like the transfer portal? I think Dabo's time in college football is coming to an end soon.
Yeah.
Not because he's a bad coach. He's a Hall of Fame
phenomenal
coach.
coach.
He is a Hall of Fame coach, no doubt.
I mean, I'm not going to say he built Clemson from the ground up, but he kind of built Clemson from the ground up.
I mean, 2 national championships in what, 4 years?
Something like that.
Beat
And,
Bama
I mean,
twice.
they're consistent. They're consistent. Last year was a down year, but
yeah, I mean, he was able to Nick Saban in his prime twice, and one of them he absolutely murdered Alabama with freshman Trevor Lawrence. Wasn't it?
I think so.
So yeah, Dabo Swinney's a phenomenal coach, but I do see his time in the college probably coming to an end soon. But we'll keep an eye on it because LSU does play Clemson for week 1.
Week 1.
And just I don't really know how. Like Clemson's probably I would assume is in the single digits in the transfer portal. Like Dabo Swinney for the longest time, literally, I think last year, like this past year, was the first time he added a player in the transfer portal.
That's insane.
He refuses to use it.
Polar opposites, LSU versus Clemson.
Yeah, and you can see Clemson hasn't had the success. Like you need the transfer portal to have success in college football.
It's just the landscape of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. But yeah, anything else before we get out of here?
That's it. Thank you for tuning in, episode 90. And yeah, LSU hoops tonight. Tune in if you want to. That's all I got.
Yeah. If LSU adds anybody else in the portal, which I don't think they are, but if they do, if there's somebody lurking, we'll be on it.
Yeah.
I know we took a break for a little bit, but we are back on our grind. LSU baseball starts in about 3 weeks now. February 13th is opening day.
I think 3 weeks. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Yep. Milwaukee.
Oh, yep. Don't ask me what their logo or their
they're the Horizon, I want to say.
No, not that. I mean, like their mascot.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
We'll research that right now.
Yeah, when I get off here. But yeah, thank you for watching episode 90. We'll be back at some point with episode 91. Just when I skip, maybe Monday. We're off of school Monday. We'll get one on Monday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you for watching and peace.
Peace. We'll see y'all later.